You could not pay me any amount of money to believe that I would be watching like a Mortal Kombat battle happening between two middle-aged individuals in Home Depot over some great value toilet paper, okay? Yet here we are in 2020. 2020 is just being 2020. It's like World War III, and then we got pandemics. It wasn't even good toilet paper. It was like some single-ply, transparency, overhead, projecting looking toilet paper. It wasn't even good toilet paper. I just can't believe people were fighting about it. Anyway, as this interesting situation develops and millennials resort to memes to cure their home isolation and boomers buy more paper towel than they will ever need in their entire lives, the question has now hit home, all right? Because it's getting serious in here. You're probably watching this from home because now you're not even in school. They don't even want you in school anymore. What does this stuff actually do for the car part industry? Does it hurt it? Will it slow down the community? What's going to happen to prices of stuff? All right, I'm Alex at FI on Instagram, and today we're gonna be talking about if the coronavirus or COVID-19 or other viruses and things and all that sort of stuff, things that are like it, hurt the aftermarket car industry community and why. And if you're just jumping into this video, don't forget to subscribe so we can keep making banging videos like this. It makes us very happy. Plus, if you're home and you're gonna be stuck at home, you know, you can just watch a few of our videos and make us feel really good. And if you're looking for aftermarket wheels, tires, or suspension for your daily driver or otherwise, maybe you're getting that summer build all locked up and loaded, hit us up over at fitmentindustries.com where we really have everything you could possibly imagine. BC coilovers, work, Tane, rotiforms, the whole shebang. It's pretty much what we actually do, like officially. When I even started writing this whole thing, I thought to myself, how weird would talking about this actually be? And it's important to note just right at the beginning, in this video, we're not gonna talk about COVID-19 or the coronavirus specifically, because I'm not a doctor and we aren't doctors. I'm just washing my hands and not touching Dakota's face. I don't know what else you want me to do besides that, okay? We're talking about the impact of things like this. Now, you've probably seen other YouTubers talk about it. Markiplier touched on it, I know in a video. Linus Tech Tips told you to go buy all your computer parts right now. And there's a few other channels out there that are talking about this in like a high level. You've got doctors and Dr. Phil and this, that, and the other thing. Which, by the way, Linus Tech Tips and I, we look nothing alike. We don't even sound anything alike, okay? Buy computer parts and coilovers, you can get your own thing. At the same time, buying computer parts and buying coilovers aren't the same thing. Output in the electronic industry are insanely different than that in the automotive sector. Most electronic products are produced by very specific, almost individual companies overseas, whereas things like your coilover components are made by hundreds of different companies around the world. But when this specific instance started surfacing, this whole don't cough and wash your hands thing, there was a pretty big fear about what would initially happen to the supply of all things coming from China. And if you remember, it was a little scary. It happened during the Chinese New Year, which essentially halted all production on a lot of stuff, including some wheels, tires, suspension, coilovers, widgets, and pretty much anything else under the sun. But for the most part, they got through it, all right? If the supply chain at that time ran out, parts would go out of stock. They would have went out of stock. And out of stock meant fear. And fear meant, how in the hell am I supposed to play old school RuneScape on my bunky ass Windows 7 computer? Which, spoiler alert, you can. It's like 130 pixels, dude, you're gonna be fine. Those conversations and that whole thing sparked quite the debacle in the computer sector, and people took the advice. Everybody went out and bought as much as they could when this whole thing really started going down in the computer world, because they didn't want to deal with the fact that it may be out of stock later, which is fine. The computer industry was a little bit weird for a while, but it was ultimately fine. So although it was a bit scary for a bit, there really wasn't a delay in what most people would have thought would have been this massive problem with creating computer parts. Even Apple had the same issue. So what's it then? We're good? Well, yeah, but actually no. You can see as this specific situation has unfolded, it's left with people fighting for toilet paper in Walmarts, and that's causing a little bit of a worry. Go to a store now in the US as things have began to unfold, and ultimately you'll find that aisles that used to have my favorite Fabuloso cleaner are now gone, replaced with a Comic Sans 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that says, sorry bud, we're out. There have hospitals and resorts in Las Vegas pretty much closing down now, and everything under the sun is now going into this weird frenzy. Now, things have started to become a little more real. From a back-end point of view, lots of aftermarket automotive pieces come from China. It's not uncommon. Even your dampers and shocks, typical one-piece low-pressure cast wheels, and oil that your coilovers even use can come from China factories. It is what it is. It is what it is. And tires are actually now made over there, and quite a few of them to be exact. And when this outbreak first started again, people had to figure out how to make sure their facilities weren't like the public restrooms, so it wouldn't come into the States. At the same time, you almost have two battles happening right now, the stuff and then the people fear that seems to be happening. And now we're here. And it's causing people to freak out, and now could be causing some hurt in all sorts of industries, just like we talked about with Las Vegas stuff shutting down, schools shutting down, expo centers shutting down, car shows getting delayed. I mean, everything you could possibly imagine. I mean, right now it's tax season. It should be a time to snag your next tune or exhaust or wheels. If there was a time to do that, it should be now. Companies both large and small start to depend on this time to get their year kicked off, and it may not be happening for them anymore, and they're trying to react to it. So what do? Offer a roll of toilet paper with every wheel and tire order? Not a bad idea. But as funny as that sounds, it would probably be no. Really what it comes down to is you just need everyone just calm down a hair and just relax. Remember last year when we had that big winter storm? You remember the old polar vortex, that whole thing that just blew up the world? Up here we called it Tuesday because it was just freezing, just like it always is, and it sucks. But the world paused then too. People stocked up on food in fears that their doors would freeze or pipes would implode, and then all of a sudden they wouldn't be able to get food. And it was just the beginning of the end. And then it wasn't. It was an uncomfortable time throwing away all those bags of carrots, but the world moved on. And now we're seeing kind of this same thing happen again. You don't want to downplay the severity of any of this issues, but you do want to take a look and say, is it worth freaking out over it? What it really boils down is to fear of the unknown, especially in the automotive industry. Now, no one likes making a decision if there's an impending doom down the road, right? I mean, I bought a $1,500 exhaust even though I was in college. We may be a little bit guilty of buying some things that we probably know we shouldn't, but maybe not to this extent. Now, we're not doctors, so we don't know the statistical probability of this having a detrimental impact over the next few quarters in the health sector, okay? All I do is I try to watch the news and try not to panic. That's the whole thing. I just make YouTube videos and sit on Instagram and laugh at TikTok videos. But what I do know is that we've been through similar stuff like this before, both as a business, because that's Fitment and we kind of do that sort of stuff, and as people that just live up here in Wisconsin. And sometimes we just have to remind ourselves and the automotive enthusiasts and all of us to just take a chill pill. Fear-based decisions hurt the people that need that one roll of toilet paper when somebody else went and bought all 150 rolls. Like, dude, what are you doing? The same thing can be said when you're looking at buying stuff out in the market right now, or at least supporting your local businesses. Automotive industries are in that same boat. The shops, the small businesses, and the people that put their heart and soul into their products, services, or offerings get hit hard when people start fearing things outside of anyone's control and just letting it run their life. Could this specific situation be hurting the car part industry? Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely could be. Should it be hurting it as much as it could be? Well, no, probably not. It shouldn't. The reason that it shouldn't is because although it's a big deal and it's something that everyone should be aware of and everyone should be making sure that they're doing their part in keeping themselves clean and removing the potential of having it spread, it shouldn't cause you to stop living, you know? Situations like these arise all over the world in various degrees of severity, but this isn't the first time and it won't be the last time. It's always easier to panic, but it ends up doing way more damage almost every single time than just reacting in a cautious manner. It hurts the car part industry, it hurts the tuning industry, it hurts the wheel industry, it hurts everybody. And that doesn't just go for the car part industry though, but for everything. Moderation is the key for getting through stuff like this. Remember, it is a big deal. Wash your hands, don't touch your face, but keep on living. Enjoy the spring. It's coming up into summer, all right? I'm getting too depressed reading some of these comments. So what do you think? Is it as serious as you think, or is it not as serious as you think? All we know is that we just want to have people continue to enjoy this already really rambunctious 2020 year and get ready to enjoy a summer of cars and slam toasters across the world, more driver-to-driver videos, more So You Want, and hopefully a new wheel wall, because we got another building coming up. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're looking for aftermarket wheels, tires, or suspension, don't forget to check out fitmentindustries.com. And last tip, wash your damn hands. It should not take a viral outbreak for you guys to wash your hands. Come on, be adults, you know what I'm saying? We'll see you later. Peace.